Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we are going to unpack the core framework for mastering sales in a challenging economic landscape. Listen, if you've been feeling the friction out there in the market lately, if deals just seem infinitely harder to close, or if your old trusty playbooks just aren't cutting it anymore, well, you are absolutely in the right place. Today, we're going to break down exactly how to approach selling when the economic tides suddenly turn against us.
So, the big question on the table, are you ready to sell during tough economic times? It's a pretty heavy question, isn't it? But asking it completely validates the very real struggles that so many sales professionals are facing out in the field right this minute. You know, we aren't just talking about a minor little dip here or a seasonal slump. We're addressing a massive macroeconomic landscape that demands a completely different approach. This explainer is going to guide you through the overarching problem of these tough times, and more importantly, we're going to deliver the strategic solutions you need to actually thrive.
To get us there, here's our roadmap for today. Number 1, tough economic times. Number 2, the new buying environment. Number 3, breaking into the market. And number 4, improving your sales attitude. Let's kick things off right away with Section 1, tough economic times. Mastering sales in a challenging economic landscape. That really sets a profound stage for us, doesn't it? It doesn't shy away from the harsh reality of the macro problem. Economic landscapes shift, and when things get rough, the traditional methods we usually rely on, they start to break down, and honestly, they break down fast. Budgets get slashed left and right, decision-making gets pushed way up the executive chain, and sales cycles stretch out much, much longer than we're used to. The landscape is undeniably challenging, and mastering it requires us to first truly acknowledge the sheer severity of these tough times, the tightened purse strings, the heightened risk aversion, before we can even begin to adapt our strategies. Acknowledging that reality brings us perfectly to our second point, Section 2, the new buying environment. And this brilliantly illustrates a fundamental shift in how we need to view the market right now. We're moving away from the old environment and stepping into a completely new buying environment. You see, the market hasn't just temporarily slowed down, it has fundamentally evolved. Buyers are making decisions entirely differently now. They're demanding way more proof of ROI upfront, they're consolidating their vendors, and they're relying heavily on peer consensus rather than just taking a chance as a solo champion. The rules of engagement, they've completely changed. To succeed today, you don't just need a couple of fancy new closing techniques. You literally have to adapt to an entirely new ecosystem of buying behavior where trust and undeniable value are the only currencies that matter. Now that we recognize the environment has changed, we arrive at Section 3, breaking into the market. To actually break into this new market, there's a highly specific, sequential path you have to follow. Step 1 is deeply understanding that new environment we just talked about. Step 2, and this is super interesting, focuses entirely on improving attitude. And only then do we finally reach Step 3, venturing to the next module, which is the actual execution part. You can't just jump into breaking into a new market with frantic cold calling or blind action. There is a prerequisite path here. You have to grasp the landscape, fix your internal mindset, and only then proceed forward with your tactical execution. Which leads us directly into Section 4, improving your sales attitude. So the crucial point is this: attitude isn't just some fluffy corporate buzzword here, it is your absolute foundational trait. You must improve your attitude when selling in this new environment before you do anything else. It's a strict, non-negotiable gateway. Look, when the market is tough, rejection is going to be higher and progress is going to be slower. That's just a fact. If your mindset is brittle, this new environment is going to chew you up before you even finish making your pitch. You simply cannot effectively break into the new market until your internal approach is fully optimized to handle that kind of resistance. This requires what we call the internal pivot. Everything we've talked about up to this point, the challenging economic landscape, the tightening budgets, the whole new buying environment, those are 100% external factors. They are things happening completely outside of your control. But the pivot required to master them, that is entirely internal. It's a mandatory mindset shift. Actually, think of it like this. When you face extreme external friction, the only real leverage you have left is your internal resilience. No new tactical sales skills or clever email scripts are going to save you in a tough economy if your foundational attitude hasn't been calibrated to face that headwind first. Which leaves us with one final, absolutely vital question to ponder. Is your attitude ready for the new environment? Mastering sales in a challenging economy doesn't start with a shiny new script. It starts from within. Only when you've successfully completed that internal pivot are you truly prepared to go out there and conquer the new buying environment. So take a moment today to reflect on your own internal approach. Focus on that crucial mindset shift and get ready to face the market head on. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you in the next explainer.